What's up guys, welcome to the channel, or if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how exactly I set up my camp when I get to camp. Today's site is a 1-car, 2-tent site. It's not overly large as you might be able to tell, but we're just going to set it up. I already recorded this video once, but my microphone wasn't working, so I have some stuff set up. So I'm just going to walk through what exactly I set up and why. So today is a little bit of a cold, rainy day. So first thing I do on a rainy day is set up the canopy. Reason I do that is two things. One, I can stay under it if I need to. And two, if you are going to set up your tent, like a ground tent, it's nice to set it up underneath the canopy if it is pouring rain. That way your tent and everything inside of it doesn't get wet, because if your stuff gets wet at the beginning of the trip, that can be kind of miserable for the rest. So that's a quick little tip to just keep your stuff dry if it is in a torrential downpour when you get to camp. Next thing I like to set up is my sleeping setup, whatever it's going to be, tent, ground tent, or sometimes like car camp. Today it was the rooftop tent. Luckily, all I got to do is pop it up and put a couple stakes in the to put out the little canopy on that, and throw my pillows and stuff inside. That's pretty much it. So that's set up, and after that, it's pretty much just your personal preference. So if you want to set up your camp kitchen, your chairs around the fire, or get out your games, or whatever you might want to do, the order that I'm going to do it today is I took out my camp kitchen stuff and my games first, because it was just the easiest thing to pull out next. That's all really personal preference. If I take out my food and start cooking right away, usually I put everything else off, so I try to get everything kind of rolling before that. But that's pretty much everything for over here. I'm gonna take you on the other side where I have not started setting up my stuff around the campfire and start that. All right, so I'm not sure if you can completely see it, but the fire ring is right there. We have our table backed up so that you can sit at the table and still get some of the fire. Our firewood's sitting on here for now just because why not? But I'm going to grab my chairs and set those up first, or next rather, and yeah. So I got these nifty little guys. I didn't put them back in the thing last night. Oh, actually I did put them back in the case this morning because it was raining and they were still kind of wet. So again, just threw them in the back of the Jeep. So I'd rather the Jeep be wet than the cases and everything. Not gonna lie, I definitely thought these chairs were gonna be more of a pain than they have been. Once you get used to it, they go on pretty quick. As with any of this stuff, if you want to know anything about it, make sure you drop a comment, let me know. I will put a link to everything in this video, either the exact thing or a version of the thing, depending. So if you want something you see you like, check that. These are nice. The only thing that worries me a little bit with these is if you're on soft ground, the feet kind of sink in a little worse than most other chairs with bigger feet. But for how convenient it is and how light they are and how small they pack up, I'll take it until I fall on the ground, and then maybe ask me then. But so I usually set up at least 2 chairs. Probably not for the reason you might think. A lot of people say set up 2 chairs because you don't want anyone to know you're camping alone. I set up 2 chairs because I almost always invite someone to sit with me. So when I am camping alone, like last night, I talked to one of my neighbors and ended up talking to him for about 3 hours around the fire. So having another chair comes in handy if you like making friends. Can get you into some awkward situations though, so you want to be careful. I was lucky. The dude I met last night was pretty cool. And you followed my YouTube channel. Hopefully you're watching this, so I won't give any info, so, but cool stories. Alex, I will say that. I can say that because I remembered your name, and that's not too descriptive. All right, I'm gonna grab my other chairs just because I have them, and hopefully have a couple more friends for this weekend. So yeah, I lied. I'm gonna pull them out of the Jeep, but I'm not gonna set them up yet just because I feel like they're gonna get in the way over here, and it's kind of tight for what we're gonna have tonight. All right, so that is pretty much everything you need on your first camp setup, and probably a few extra things that you don't need, at least not based on every trip. There are a few other things I'm going to set up yet. I have a diesel heater because it's going to be a little chilly the next couple days. I just got it, so I'm not sure if I should recommend it yet or not. It did come in handy last night when it was a little chilly. But yeah, I got that. Got some food in the car, and then my suitcase that has all my clothes. But that's just going to stay in the car because why not? Around here, I can keep the food in the car, no worries. Depending on where you're camping, you might want to keep your food separate from where you are, at least cook different places. Again, that really depends on where you're at and all that stuff. If you need more info on that, drop a comment. I'd be happy to elaborate a little bit more, but I'm sure a quick Google search probably help out too. But I just talked a lot really quick since I did this video twice technically. I think I'm going to set up or start a fire and relax. Maybe cook some food. Whatever you'd like to see next, make sure you, oh, there's deer. Remember, if there's any questions you have that you really need an answer to, just drop them in the comments. I'll be checking those quite often. And the whole point of this channel is to help people feel more comfortable with camping, whether it's your first time or if you're trying to get more advanced. I myself would not consider myself a very advanced camper. I'm still learning things as I go. Usually camping is just learning how to not mess up like you did the time before. So learn the hard way, fix it, repeat kind of thing. So this is me trying to help you not learn the hard way and take some of my advice. But if there's anything you need to know, let me know. And till next time, I appreciate you. Peace! That was just for Carla because it pisses her off.